Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone is doing very, very well. We have a special guest coming up, and I can't wait to talk to her. We have Laura Kangas, and she has been a great friend and supporter at least for 2 years now. It's getting pretty close to 2 years, and I'm so much looking forward to picking her brain on her travels to Italy. She's just come back from Italy, and with her daughter, and they had a great time. I saw the pictures, and it was really really awesome. And so I can't wait to pick her brain, and I hope that you pick her brain as well. Just a little tidbit here. I have to leave at noon today. My son has his first baseball game of the season this year, and my daughter, she's at a youth group function right now. So I got to be in. I just said to Laura, I got to be at 5 different places and at the same time. So if you're a parent, you understand exactly what I'm saying. So we're going to bring up here in just a minute. Here, I'm going to start going through the comments, and I'll be bringing Ms. Laura up here, and just as usual, okay, I'm going to be talking to her as well as looking at your comments and everything. So you might see some waving. Okay, I don't want you to think I'm being I'm skipping what you're saying. Now there is a chance that I won't be able to get to all the comments at the end, but I will go back later when I come back after all the games and stuff today and go back and check them out. I will do that. So a little disclaimer there. That's the word I was looking for. Disclaimer. All right, let's go to comments here. Oh wow, look here. We have good morning, Meg. How you doing today? Meg, it was so great to meet you. Oh, I can't. I said that probably 50 times, but how about 51? It was awesome meeting you and everybody there that showed up. It was really cool at the Helen meetup. We had 60 people show up at the time, and excuse me. Bye. Sorry, I was interrupted. We had 60 people show up altogether. We had like 54 show up at the dinner at night. But there were some people who showed up. They couldn't stay for the dinner. It was great. It was but we had a total of 60 people that showed up. That was really cool. Laura had a chance to meet Lori too. I met her in Savannah last November or October. Oh yeah, it was October or November. I met Lori. That was really cool meeting her out here in Savannah, Georgia. That's right. Hope you're doing well, Lori, out there in Long Beach, California. Your guten Abend to you. Morgan for everybody else, and where you're at in Germany, I would say moin moin, and that's good for all day, right? All right, Allison. Good morning, Allison. How are you? Well, that was some good food you were posting there the other day. I love that stuff. Good morning, Shady Hill. All right, Lori here. Terry. Good morning, Terry. How are you doing out there in Dallas, Texas? Out there, good deal. Hope you and your husband Mark are doing very very well. That's really cool from Escaping the Empty Nest. Lori, yes, there we go. Good morning, Lori. I love it. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Good deal. Ryan, good deal. Nice. We still need to talk. Eric and I finally got together and talked. Eric, Travel Eric B. We finally talked. But you and I, we need to come to dates on the same time, and we'll talk. Let's hope we do that today, a little bit later on. That'd be really okay. There's Mark. There's Escaping the Empty Nest. That was the other half over there. Terry, his wife, Escaping the Empty Nest. They have an awesome channel. Make sure you check out Escaping Empty Nest. Awesome folks. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Let's see. Going around. Okay. Oh. Ms. Najuma, welcome all the way from Long Beach. Excuse me, not Long Beach. Long Island. Lori's in Long Beach, California. We're saying hi here. Guten Abend. All good stuff. Well, I got talking a bunch today. I like that. Good morning, Dutch. All the way from the Netherlands. How you doing, Dutch? Oh man, yeah. I need to get back to the Netherlands. It's coming. I enjoy that town I went to by accident, and I want to go back again and definitely meet up with you. That's gonna be great. There we go, and hopefully be at the meetup in June. Good morning, Katie. How you doing? It's been a while. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing very well, Katie. I'm having a good morning so far, and I hope that you are too. And I hope everybody here in the chat is having a great day. And I got my German coffee with me. I'm a happy man. Happy man. Meg, there we go. All right, Terry, Meg. All right. There we go. All right, Ralph. Hey, buddy. How's it going? How you doing? Hey, I appreciate that you sent me that link. I'm checking more into it. I've been playing around with it a little bit, so I'm gonna check with it. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate that. And that was very awesome meeting you too at the Dice Ice Cream Shop there in Helen. That was really, really awesome. And there we go. All right. There's Eric B. Yeah, we were just talking about you, Eric B. Yeah, Eric, he's coming to the meetup in June in Germany. We're gonna have so much fun. We already got our place to stay in Garmisch, got our place to stay in Munich. We got one night in Munich. We'll be meeting Lori in Munich the very next day. Lori S. So remember Platform 23, Lori. So that's gonna be really cool. Good morning. There we go. There's Katie saying hi. That's awesome. I said I love when y'all talk among yourselves there. There we go. All right, thanks, Meg. You're always on the ball. When I say you're always on the ball, you're always on the ball. There's Eric B's link right there. Make sure you check them out. Travel Adventures with Eric B. You will not go wrong. You will not go wrong, and you will thank me later. That's for sure. There we go. Yeah, in just a few minutes, we're going to bring up Lori, and we'll be going from there. Like I said, I'm on a time crunch today, so if I don't get to all the comments in session, I will get to them later on this evening when I return home. So I will do that. Got to do the daddy duty. No, I get to do the daddy duty. I love the daddy duty. I love my kids. That's for sure. Let's see. Skip them. There we go. Yes, thanks, Beck, for putting theirs on there as well. Lori, let's see. Yes, I have. And I saw that picture you sent in Instagram as well. Yes, I have. I had it. I did not have it my last trip, but I did have it I had it many times, but the last time I had it was my June trip. You know, the time when I broke my leg on July 1st. But it was a couple days before that. I had it was good. That's just good. Eric saying hi to everybody. Good deal. I love this here. Okay, yeah, I'll be late this afternoon too. I'm gonna be gone all afternoon, I think. I'll be in and out, I think, but by the time I get where I can spend time, it's probably in the evening. So got you in 1 year old. Hey, thanks, Allison. That's awesome. That's dedication right there. That's dedication. You're going to go to Newlands with lasagna ice cream. Yeah, Dutch and I, we're going to start a business. So we're going to, instead of spaghetti ice, we're going to have spaghetti ice, but we're going to, he came up with lasagna ice. We'll make spaghetti or make ice cream looks like lasagna. That's going to be really, really cool. All right. All right. Just to get a little timetable here, in less than 2 minutes, I'll be bringing up Ms. Laura. And so just letting you know, hey, Anka, howdy. Big Ed is there. Big Ed is good. All right. I knew you didn't ask me, but I thought I'd go ahead and tell you. 31 days. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah. Marketeria, they're going to be in Germany, France, and Austria, and all kinds of stuff for sure. And Eric, oh my goodness. I'm sitting there flashing through. Welcome, Eric from Austria. Oh my goodness. I saw you on there and it didn't click. I was blabbing. I saw you in my brain, but I couldn't get it out. Welcome, Eric. That was so cool meeting Eric in Austria. We met up at the train station. He took us all over Salzburg, and it was just a wonderful time. Wonderful time. That's for sure. Good afternoon. Good Abend. Get us there. Yeah, it's on my calendar. Yes, Lori. Okay, yeah, platform 23. Let me know if you have any questions. I sure will, Ralph. I appreciate that, sir. All right. Thought you meant do. Oh, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, Eric's Mark and Terry and Eric, they're all going to see each other next month in Austria. I believe it's good. I know Mark and Terry are going to be in Munich at some point. They'll meet some other folks there too. So that's gonna be cool. If you're looking forward to it, how's the French term? There you go. Yeah, choir months. When is Darion? Whatever is really good. No, I didn't take no bet with the good. I said now if I did. Now, Eric, Jorg, I just can't do it, man. I just can't. I've tried the beer thing. I do like the beer thing when I'm traveling. I have this and I keep it nice and clean right here, but it only lasts maybe 6-7 days tops, and then it's got to go. I just can't. Morgan, my friend Holga, big Edistar. Ha. Awesome stuff. All right. This time for short stays instead of pants. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The French good start next week. Okay. As promised, I'm getting ready to pull up Ms. Laura here. And like I said, if I miss any of the comments, I'm very big on that. Okay. I want to make sure that I address each and every comment. And when I say I'm gonna look at it later, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna have dinner. Oh, good deal, Dutch. So just know that. Hey, Edgy, Glad you're here. We were talking a minute ago. Glad you're, yeah, short. Okay. All right. Without further ado, can everybody say ado? Everybody say ado. Without further ado, we have the one and only Laura Kangas. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. I believe I saw a throw thumbs up. Here we go. Well, hey, hey, how are you?
I'm good, although I cannot possibly live up to that introduction.
Well, hey, well, you know what? Yes, you can. Because I was thinking about that today. We've been friends about 2 years, or right at 2 years.
Yeah.
I met you, I think, through Walter's World. Yeah, during that time. Yeah, Mark's a good friend to everybody. Mark's such a good guy, and him and Jocelyn. I love those folks so much. I call them
It just created the best community
yes,
in this whole thing.
absolutely. I credit them that they're the king and queen of travel. I told them, and Mark's like, oh, stop. I was like, well, you're the king and queen of travel, but he got a kick out of that. But anyways, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm looking forward to talk to you about your recent trip to Italy. Oh my goodness, so we'll get that going. Before we start that, okay, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh boy, I'm old, so that's a long story. But I live in
History's not old. History's not old.
I live in central Minnesota, a little town, semi-small town called St. Cloud. I didn't start traveling internationally until I was 52, but now I just absolutely love it. I bought a old, wonderful, creaky old house last fall, and I love her to death. And I have 2 cats. I think that's about it. That's a surface.
Right. Are they indoor cats or outdoor cats?
Indoor. Yeah.
Indoor.
Yeah.
Oh, what are their names? Kitty cat? Kitty and cat? Just saying.
No. Charlie and Rambo. And Rambo's a girl.
Really? That's
I inherited
cool.
Rambo from a situation where she was getting beat up by all the other cats. So she just kind of slid into my life and still here. So
Well, that's how they do that. It's fact, Mark here saying to you, it's Laura. They inherited a cat last year. I think they were just walking around, whatever, and just found a home at Mark and Terry's house, which is easy to do because they make you feel welcome anytime you visit their house. I've been in their home twice, and they made me feel very welcome. And I love those guys to death. They're awesome folks. But yes, definitely. So what? First of all, before we get into that, what you said you started traveling internationally at 52. Yes. What gave you that want to do that?
Well, I had dreamed of Italy since I was a teenager, but never really felt that it should be a priority for me. There were always other things to take care of, and you become a parent and you become, homeowner and all these other things. And I finally just said, you know what, we're just going to do this. So fortunately, my sister Susan and I planned a trip together to Florence, which was the place of my dreams. And we went on that first trip in 2016, and I just absolutely loved it, even much more than I ever expected. I know you know how that feels. And I just decided not to stop. And it just became a priority. I shifted things around and, made that more of a priority than it previously had been. So,
and that's awesome. There's an old saying that we all know: if there's a will, there's a way. You can make anything happen. And I tell you, it's true. Me going back to Germany, it took me forever to get back. It took me 19 years to get back, Laura. 19 years. And once I went back, I realized how much I missed it. And I've been back. I know I've been back. No thinking. I've been back 21 times since 2008. Would have been 24 by now. It wasn't for the C word, but I'm making up for that. I'll be there in a couple months and a couple months after that. So
yeah, we went for the second time in 2018, and then 2020 hit, and I wasn't sure at that point if I'd ever be able to get back there because I just wasn't sure what the world was going to do. And we all kind of went through that. Oh my gosh, what in the world is the future going to look like?
Yes.
So this past trip a few weeks ago was, I think it even hit almost harder than the first time because it just meant so much because I was unsure if I'd get back there again. So it was pretty amazing feeling to get back there for the first time after so much uncertainty. So
That's cool. So that's an awful feeling thinking that though, right? I'm thinking, well, when am I gonna? That was so hard,
it was.
because
Yes.
we spoke so many times, via online. I'm like, wow, can't wait to go to Germany. Like, I can't wait to go to Italy. All this stuff, and we're like, sort of everything was on hold. And
Yes.
it's okay if they say, I'm just throwing it out there, March 22nd, 2024. Okay, you're able to go to Germany at that time.
Right. So you see an end in sight, but
Right.
we had no idea what was going to happen.
Exactly. Uncertainty kills.
Hard.
Yeah. Lori here, she says, I want to hear all about Laura. It was a joy seeing your IG pictures. And I'm going to have to agree with Lori on that. I woke up the next morning looking for your pictures. I was like, what's Laura doing today? I was looking back and forth. Yeah, that was really cool. So let's tell us about this trip. Tell us how you when you planned it. When did you plan going again?
Once I realized that there was a possibility that I could actually go, I started planning. I think last fall is when I bought the airline tickets and reserved my VRBO in Florence, and made the plans and crossed my fingers. And when it got closer and closer, and then the 1st of March, Italy dropped the mask requirement outside, and they dropped the test requirement for coming into the country. So I got even more excited, and so getting on that plane for the first time was pretty amazing. But it was probably 6 months in the planning and just crossing my fingers and trying to be optimistic.
Well, see, I knew that, and see, you have a friend right here. You have a friend everywhere. Obviously, they're here to see you. But I shed a happy tear for you when you said I'm on that plane. I was like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. That because I know your heart. You wanted to go to Italy. And ever since I met you, that's all you've been talking about. Oh, my heart's here. My heart's there. My heart's there. So I was just extremely happy for you.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a good feeling. I may have shed a tear or two. I'm not sure.
Right. You're saying here, he's asking a question. Are you part Italian?
No, I'm not. I'm actually, my father was full Finn.
Oh.
So I'm mostly Finn with a little, Minnesotan, Danish, Swedish thrown in there for good measure, but mostly Finn. No Italian. Although I haven't had my DNA testing done, so maybe I am secretly.
Well, newsflash, if you don't know, I don't have a lick of German in me, I don't think. My mom's side is Irish. My dad's side is English, being Glover. We were glove makers. And on my mom's side, they were, what do you call them? Blacksmiths, put horseshoes. So, and I knew that we got a family Bible. It's about that thick. And it had all this stuff written in it. And I did a family tree years ago on that. It was a school project from the information in that big, really thick Bible. My mom has that Bible. And she said she could give it to me one day. But, whenever. But anyways, one of those, I did the Ancestry, was it Ancestry.com, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
My wife got it to me as a gift, because I've been saying, I don't want to do it, but I don't know, all this stuff here. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And it confirmed what I already knew and more. And I learned so much more. There was a bill of sale where my great grandfather bought some property in North Carolina off the boat, straight off the boat. So my dad's side, they settled in North Carolina. My mom's side settled in Florida. So where Ocala area, Alachua County, all that stuff. But home of the 48ers. So I just have to throw that in there. But anyway, it was neat to see that. So have you ever tried any DNA like Ancestry or 23andMe and all that stuff?
I have not. I don't have an Ancestry membership, and I have never done the DNA testing. I've been tempted sometimes, but I don't know. I'd just like to secretly believe that I'm part Italian, and I just.
Hey, there you go. There you go. So that's like me. I take on German any day.
Maybe there's a difference between our physical DNA and our soul DNA.
That's true. You get each in Deutschland. Yeah, I love it over there. And I have never been to Italy, Laura. So I need to get to Italy one day.
See if you get to Germany one day.
Hey, and we talk about that too. I'm going to
Yes.
definitely pick your brain on that. Mark's asked a question here, Chris, for Mark and Terry. How's your Italian, and how did you feel when you feel like you needed it to use it while over there? That's a good question.
Well, we were all the whole time we were in fairly major cities, Florence and Venice, and most people spoke fairly good English. When you got into the smaller shops, it was a little tricky. I would say my Italian is probably eh, but I know enough to ask questions and ask directions and get by, and nothing too complicated. And the biggest problem for me is actually that they speak so quickly. If they spoke slowly, I think my Italian would be better. But they speak very quickly. But if you aren't in the smaller villages, I think you really don't need more than probably the basic phrases. We didn't really have any problems getting by, and you can do a lot with like hand gestures, and it's not that bad. I wouldn't stress about it. You'll get by fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Mark, he's got a whole array of classwork. He's working on his French, Italian, and
Yes,
whatever else.
very impressive.
Everything, yeah, and hopefully some German in there too. But you'll be fine, Mark, no matter where you go. Just like Laura was saying, just about the thing I find, Laura, if they see you trying, if they see you attempting to speak their language, they're there to help you.
Yes, yes,
And
they do appreciate the effort. Absolutely. There's a difference in their attitude if you just assume
yes,
they speak English, or if you even, try to speak some really bad Italian. They
right.
they definitely appreciate it, and their whole attitude towards you is totally different.
And I'm big on metaphors, and you heard this one: when in Rome, do what the Romans do. When you're in whatever country, you need to adapt to what they do. That's just how I feel. At least try it. You don't have to be an expert,
Oh,
but at least try. I had this guy I was stationed with in Germany. He was from Iowa, and we were talking to these German people. They were our age. We were in the discotheque. We were having a good time. And he's talking. He goes, "I don't speak German." I said, "Well, try it." He goes, "No, I ain't trying that." I'm like, "Dude, you're missing out." And then the German guy got offended. It's like, oh my goodness. But and I don't blame him. I mean, it was his attitude. It's okay to say I don't know it.
yes.
But he's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, wow, that offended me. But
Yes.
but if they see you trying, they'll definitely help you. I've never ever had a problem at all. But,
Well, and the way I kind of look at it, and like I explained it to my daughter, is that I feel when you travel internationally, it's like you're visiting somebody else's home, and you should at least make an effort to fit in a little bit and make things a little bit more comfortable. And even if you can't like dive in culturally completely, if you at least make a little bit of an effort, learn some key phrases, learn, the pleases and the thank yous and things like that, I think that just goes a really long way.
it really does, and I wholeheartedly agree. Holger Lors here. Yeah, he's from Germany. He lives in New York City. He says he was in Florence in the 1990s, traveling with the orchestra. Unfortunately, I don't have a single picture anymore, only memories. Yeah, hey, those are the best pictures. Holger. The
Oh, that
memories.
is so awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's really cool. And Mark and Terry, they play. I don't want to say the trombone. I don't want to give the wrong instrument, but they play in orchestras. My wife plays an orchestra. My wife plays. She's an oboe player. She grew up playing in the orchestras and Carnegie Hall and all that stuff. I'm from Florida originally. My wife is from New York City. Well, not New York City, Long Island. And but she played in Carnegie Hall in New York City, all that stuff. And anyways, lot of history on that.
That's
Very
pretty
cool.
amazing, really.
That is
Yeah.
very
I'm
cool,
more
Holger.
of a fit in with the chorus kind of gal. So
Oh, there you go.
I
Now
think
see,
alto.
me personally, I can play piano, guitar, sax, um, anything as long as I can plug it in. If I can plug it in the wall, I can play it all day long.
Nice.
if,
Nice.
if I plug it in.
I play a mean air guitar.
Dude,
If that
I do too. Oh my goodness. And I proved that too in my Lederhosen video. I was jamming.
counts.
That's
Oh,
true. Katie saying, "Hi, Laura. What a wonderful story of dreams achieved. Thank you for sharing." Yes, Katie, I agree.
thank
That
you, Katie.
is a wonderful story. Absolutely. Here with hey the sweet. Thanks so much. You got a thumbs up there. Appreciate that. Thank you, sweetie. So I appreciate you being here. Welcome to the channel, to the group, to the live stream, to the everything. And I hope you've beaten Laura. There you go. There's what are you playing with? Tuba player. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, I knew it's coming. Okay, so here we go. Katie's asking, what initially sparked your interest in Italy when you were younger?
You know, I don't even remember exactly what it was. I just remember being a teenager, and I think it was a movie that I saw, and I just saw the scenery and I heard the language, and I was just thought, wow, that is just amazing. And it just kind of sparked a dream. And then as time went by, I started watching more movies set in Italy, and I started researching different places and the history and the art. And I just fell more and more in love with the dream of going. And, you know, then life kind of happened as it does for so many people. And finally got there at 52. And now I just don't think I'll ever stop. But I don't remember exactly what started it, but it was probably one of those teenage movie dream sequences that you see and you just fall in love with that dream, and it just kind of grew from there. So
I can understand that for sure, especially when you brought up movie. That movie, Sound of Music. You remember that?
yes, I do.
The hills
Well,
are alive.
yes, that's one of my very fondest childhood memories. Is one of the few things we did as a big family was watching that movie every year when it came on television.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a chance to well, in Christmas when I was took my family to Germany. All that we went to Salzburg and met Eric. Eric Zwart that lives in Austria. He came up to Austria, met us, and took us all over the castle where all those scenes where that movie was made. And not only that, when I was in Germany in June, remember when I broke my leg in Germany?
Mhm.
That's how I broke my leg. I was looking at the scene. I went up there on top of the mountain just to go view, and I was going to come back down, take the gondola back down, and go swimming in the Eibsee. Well, when I got up there, I started talking to this German guy, German couple. I like to talk, go figure. And they were telling me, "Oh, have you heard of Sound of Music?" I'm like, "Yes, of course." Because well, they made a scene down there. If you walk down there to the Auschwitz, you'll see it. So I'm looking, and I did. Well, long story short, I'm walking down, and then I finally, and I didn't realize how steep the hill, the path was. It was really steep. It was clear, but it was really steep. And when I saw it, I looked, I turned around, and I took my mind off because I felt like I was walking on my toes. That's how steep it was. And then when I looked right there, I said, "Wow, that's beautiful." Boom! I slipped back, and then I broke my leg. I protected my back because I got a bad back, so I protected my back. That was fine. But I heard the actual, and
Oh,
but looking at the scene of Rock where says the hills are alive. Well, my leg wasn't alive right there. But
that's painful just to even hear.
oh yeah, ooh, yuck. That's gone. Thanks,
Ugh.
Katie. Oh, there's some Italian. I don't know any Italian. Do you know any of that?
I don't see it. What am I looking at here? Laura, do you have
See, it's right there. It should be on the screen.
during your visit to Italy? I don't understand all of it, only part of it.
Okay. All right. We'll keep moving along, Jorg, because we'll be here for.
Darn it. Now I'm going to have to go back and copy and paste it and translate it.
That's a good thing about the chat. You always go back and fix it out for sure. Holger saying to Mark and Terry, that time you played Woodwinds. Okay, that's cool. Eric trying to download foreign language. Oh, that's cool, Terry. Yeah, Eric told me about actually. I got the keyboard, European keyboard. It's on my laptop. I got a Mac. It's already on my lap. I didn't know that, but I need to find out how to download it on my HP. So I'm going to do that as well. But yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah, there's Eric. He's showing his Italian skills there. All right. So Laura's asking a question. How were the crowds at all the sites?
Um, they were actually not bad. When I was there in October of 2018, I would say these crowds compared to that were maybe a third of the people. Now, I don't know if that's because it was March and it's just not quite, high season yet, or if it's still ramping up after the whole world shutting down thing. I don't know, but it was only probably about a third of what I was expecting and what I experienced last time. I try to go on shoulder seasons because it's less crowded and it's not
Yes.
glaringly hot. Um, so I would have thought that it would be about the same as October to March, but it was maybe a third of when I was there last. And there were a lot of stores that were still closed. But again, I don't know if that's just because they're not open until there are more tourists or if they're just shut down because they didn't survive. I don't know
Right.
the answer to that. So,
Yeah. Unfortunately, there was a lot of that stuff,
yeah.
but good things, good things. So they're coming back. There were some government subsidies to come back and help get it going again. So it was good to see in December when I was there in December, from June to December. I saw shops that was closed in June that are open in December. I was like, oh wow, okay, I thought it was gone forever.
Yes,
Uh, that whole C word stuff messed up a lot of stuff.
it did. It did. And some of these places that um, were probably barely making it, because I imagine the rent on those shops, like in Florence, is probably very expensive, especially when you're near the main attractions. And I don't know that they probably made much of a profit in the first place. And I think a lot of those places that were barely making it probably just didn't make it through. So it's sad.
It is. It is. My friend Joe, he's welcoming you here. Joe Dutoy. He and we served in the United States Army in the same place, but at different times. We missed each other maybe, I think, about 2 weeks. I think we just decided it was like 2 weeks. He was leaving Germany. I was coming to Germany. So that was in '88. Was it 2 weeks or even, was it 2 weeks or a year? That's a big span, but I forgot what it was. We came to a conclusion somehow. But anyways, we missed each other. I'll just say a year, just to be safe. Same place, but we got a chance to travel together several times back to Germany, and we got a lot more traveling to do together. Joe, let me know. Hey, that rhymes. Joe, let me know. I just came up with that. So yeah, that's cool. Joe's a good guy. That's good. Which language somebody said? Okay. So what was your whole trip? What was your favorite part of Italy? I know it's
Oh,
hard to choose one.
wow. That's asking a lot. Um, for me, it's really just wandering around in Florence. It's just like this whole immersion experience. Um, yeah, I absolutely love the museums, and we went to the Boboli Gardens, and it was all wonderful. But really, my favorite moments on the trip were just when I was wandering aimlessly through the city and just looking around and listening to the sounds. And there was one day that might be my favorite moment of the trip where I was by myself. My daughter and her wife were off doing their thing. And I spent an hour and a half on lunch. I just sat there and I went through, my meal and a drink and just sat there for an hour and a half, just absorbing everything I was hearing and seeing and smelling. And it was just wonderful. You just never do that in your everyday life. And that was a great moment. It was a lot of fun.
Right, I can understand that. There's nothing like it's good. It's good to have a plan, but it's also good not to have a plan. And I've learned not to schedule your life every single second of the day. I've learned that over the years. Yeah, you schedule some, get the basic stuff, but you got to leave room definitely to get out and explore things that you've never seen and uh and just explore, just wander. And you said my favorite words: wander aimlessly. Just
Yes.
just go around.
So many of the cities in Europe, I'm assuming, I haven't been to a lot of them, but so many of the cities in Europe are like that. You can just wander, and it's not like you're going to get lost easily or anything. You just kind of see what you see, and it's a great experience that we just don't normally have.
That's right. And if you get lost, especially in any town in Europe, you just ask, "Excuse me, where's the city center?" And they'll get your bearings back anyway.
Yep. When the girls and I got there, I said, orient yourself to where we are in regards to the Duomo in the main center part of the city. I said, and then if you get lost, just ask somebody where that is, and then you'll be able to find your way home. So as long as you can orient yourself to a landmark and find your way back to that landmark by some means, whether it's a taxi or directions from somebody, you'll be fine.
Okay,
I used to stress so much about getting worried, or getting lost, but I don't anymore.
life's too short. Life's too short to stress.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm learning here. So what was that word you said? The Elmo meeting at the
Duomo.
Bomo. What is the Bomo?
Duomo. It's the main cathedral in Florence. It's got a huge dome on the top of it that was, when it was starting to be built, they said would never stand. So
It's still standing.
yeah, here we are, 700-800 years later, and it's still there. So,
See, I'm going to get to Italy one of these days. One of these trips, and I'm included Germany, course, a horse is a course, all that good stuff. I'm gonna include it, but I definitely got to get down to Italy. I'll love to take my wife and kids down there, and go see the Gomo. I need to find out more. There's so much more I want to learn about Italy, as well, to show them. Kim M saying, hello, Darren, Laura. I have to go back and watch the beginning. Hey, well, thanks for being here, Kim.
hi, Kim.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's what's so cool about technology, about YouTube. You can go back and rewatch replays. I get a lot of views of my lives where people can't make it at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I get messages from 5 weeks later. Hey, I just now watched your live stream from this day. It was awesome. And so which makes it feel good. But you can always go back. So thanks, Kim. Physical DNA and soul DNA. Look, I do too, Katie. I do. That was cool. We like the slogan that you know what you should make a T-shirt, Laura. DNA and soul DNA. Whoa, love that. Wow. And you know what? Physical DNA and soul DNA put on the front, then on the back put love that concept. Bingo. Me, I just come up with stuff like this. Spaghetti ice.
Hey, you know what though? How many people have you introduced to spaghetti ice now? Tons of them. I have that shirt. I almost wore it.
All right, that's right. You have one, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. We have I don't know, a bunch. I had 375 shirts, and I have none left. In fact, the only one I have left is Eric Schwartz. So I gave a whole bunch of them out to at the meetup last month, and everything. So it's been fun.
Isn't that just a wonderful thing? I mean, when you think about it, when the whole world shutdown began, and it was a terrible, terrible thing, and it still is to a certain extent, but it introduced me to so many people that I would never have met otherwise. Most of these people I still haven't met in person, but I've become friends with them, and I chat with them online, and it's just so great. And the fact that you gave away all those T-shirts and met that many people, that you had that many to give away, I think that's just so awesome.
Well, see, and when I put the shirts out, I just put it out for donation only. I wouldn't sell them. I'm trying to make money and everything. Here, the donations came in. I had enough. I was $4 shy of what I put out. I put out over $4 for these shorts.
That's incredible.
And I was minus $4. So I was I might as well give them out while I'm at the at the meetup. So I had a box. I started calling out sizes: small, medium, large, extra large. There you go. So,
that's fantastic.
So that was a lot of fun. Misha, how's it going, Misha? I met Misha. Misha's one of the young ladies I met at the meetup. Her and her husband Ozzy. They drove all the way from Kansas. 14-hour, was it 14 hour or 16-hour drive?
Wow. From
Kansas to Helen, Georgia, and it was so cool. I just got through parking my truck because I took Kenneth, Ford Man, aka Kenneth, good friend and partner channel. I drove him to the restaurant, make sure he got in, and you couldn't park there, so I parked, went back to the hotel and parked. And I was walking back. Then Misha says, "Are you Darion?" I said, "Yes, I am." No, Misha. She goes, "I'm Misha." I'm like, "Well, hey, nice to meet you finally." But meeting all, and like you were saying, where I'm getting at, meeting all these folks that you talk to online, you meet and everything, and to see them in person, it's like they're not in this little screen no more, or however big it is, whatever. You're in person with them, and it feels like you've known them forever. And I'm looking forward to meeting you, Laura.
I can't wait. That's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I have a feeling we could be trouble.
Right. I think so. And you know what? Guess what? It's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
And speaking of meetups, everybody out there, I just want to remind you that our next meetup will be in Garmisch, Germany, It's going to be June 24th, 25th, 26th. The main event is on the 25th. That Saturday at noon, high noon. We'll be meeting on top of the Zugspitze, where you can see all those countries, all those Alps in one spot. Italy, France, of course, Germany, Switzerland. You can see all the Alps in one spot. We'll be eating right there for the meetup. So the meetup's at high noon on the 25th. And let me before I where's my thing? There it is. Something's telling me to check. I was right, but I wanted to check. It is the 25th at noon. Is it 24th, 25th? It's the 25th at noon. But of course, some of us are meeting before. We've got a bunch of things mixed up or planned up. Not mixed up. Oh my goodness, we don't want no mix-ups. And then, of course, the main event is the 25th. If you want more information on this, make sure you go to my Facebook group page, same title as my channel name, and there's an event tab. Just go to the event tab, and you'll see all the information in there. It's really cool. Also, just go ahead and put this out there. I'm going to be making reservations for the Fraundorfer. It's a Bavarian hotel on the Partenkirchen side in Garmisch. You got Garmisch, and they got that little hyphen there in the Partenkirchen. On the Partenkirchen side, which is right, it's all right there. It's a story how I got there. I want to go right now. But there's a Bavarian restaurant I absolutely love. Some of the best Bavarian food right there. They got a guys there playing the accordion right there with the lederhosen on. And of course, I'm gonna have my lederhosen on too. So anyway, so I'm gonna be making reservations. So let me know by Tuesday if you're gonna be there. If you want me to make reservations for you, and I will. I know I have 1, 2, 3. I have 6 right now that are yes. So if you let me know by Tuesday, I'm gonna put something out too today in my Facebook group page, reminding everybody to do that, because I have to make reservations now for June because people are traveling now. Aren't you happy with that, Laura?
I am so happy about that. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So good to see people traveling and
Yes.
getting around. There's Misa Lee's. Hey, Meg, thanks for. I appreciate Meg. Meg is awesome. Have you met Meg yet? Have you met her in the chats anywhere?
No, I don't think so.
But Meg is everywhere. Meg,
I've seen her on the chats before.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate her. She's putting all these links in here for people's channels. So I'll just talk about Misha, and there's Misha's channel right there. So folks, make sure you check out Misha's channel right there. She's an awesome person, very talented. She plays the piano. We've got all these musicians on here, Laura. All these musicians.
Yeah. Maybe there's a connection in the brain between music and travel. You know, this kind of brain that enjoys music, enjoys travel.
I jam to music all the time. I listen to music all the time, so that's got to count.
It does.
Yeah. Let's see. Jorg is in Northwest Germany, and he's saying, Laura, if you made your trip to Italy, did you also meet a real Italian macho there?
Only from afar.
There you go. Terry's saying, I'm trying to type about Mark being tall and doesn't like it for some reason. Oh, okay. You're trying the European word. That's cool. Me saying hello. There we go. Dutch count. Okay, talking amongst ourselves. There we go. Pigeon Spanish. Now, I never heard of Pigeon Spanish, Laura. Now, I speak Poquito Español. Tú eres bárbaro. That's about it. Porque sí, you can count. Thank you. Where my phone good at. Eric.
They probably still understand it.
Right, and again, no matter where you go, you try in any language. People go to see that, and they're going to try it. Now, see, I'm from Florida originally, and then we have a lot of Puerto Ricans there. I got a lot of Puerto Rican friends, good friends of mine. And I try when I'm around them, I can pick up stuff and everything. When I leave, I'll probably lose some of it, but it's fun. It's fun. I got friends from everywhere. I got friends from Ecuador. I got Puerto Rican friends. All these, of course, Germany, and I love people, Laura. I love people. Everybody's different, and we got to celebrate the differences because we're all.
That is a very, very good trait to have, Darion.
We're all different, and I just let y'all know I have another channel out there, and I just a couple of days ago I said, don't judge anybody. Why you don't stub your nose with somebody because they don't agree with what you think. You know what? Say hi and smile and go on about your business. Look at your own stuff. So that's how I feel about that. Tell me the name of the keyboard, please. Oh, you must be talking to Terry. Oh, she is because it says Terry. Woo, Laura, I'm losing it. No, I lost it. Good morning, Misa. Yeah, there's Paul. Paul Weston went T. Dwight, Italy. I wasn't a fan of going to the beaches. He brought me the route. Okay, now what's a rooster picture, Laura?
Roosters are very decorative
Pictures. Okay.
thing from that people get from Italy. I don't know what exactly the obsession is, but it's a big thing. Lots of things with roosters on them.
Right. Absolutely. And with same with Key West, Florida. You walk around Key West, there's roosters everywhere. I mean, forget KFC. you got Florida fried chicken right there. You just take your pick. Oh my goodness! Wow. And there's a travel year with the interstate. That was all. Oh, I love that Eurail ticket, the Interrail Eurail ticket. Well, y'all call them Eurail over there. We call them Eurail, and those are awesome. How did you travel over there? Did you use the public system or did you rent a car?
Well, we flew in and then took a taxi from the airport to our VRBO, and then we basically walked the entire time. We did do an overnight trip to Venice where we took the train, the high-speed train to get there, and then we stayed there overnight and came back. Other than that, we walked everywhere except to take the taxi to and from the airport.
Wow.
I mean, Florence is so compact and so easily walkable that it's not often you really need to take
there you go.
like a taxi or anything, unless you are going from one far end to the other far end. But we walked 95% of the time.
Wow, that's a good thing too. You know,
Yeah.
I go to Germany. You know, I eat like a pig every single day. I mean, by the time nighttime, I'm appointed. But I come back and I lose weight. It's like, wait a minute, how in the world? How did I lose 8 pounds eating all that food and that infamous spaghetti ice? Because I have spaghetti ice every single day. How in the world did I do all that and lose 8 pounds? Because you're walking so much.
Yes, I mean, I ate plenty of pasta. I ate plenty of gelato.
I have to ask.
Yes.
I have to ask. No, no, it's not going to be what you're thinking at first. I'm gonna split something in half. What I talk about all the time. Did you have spaghetti? Not the ice. Did you have spaghetti?
No, I didn't. My daughter-in-law did, and she said it was very, very good. But I tend to be a little more adventurous in my dish choices when I'm there because I like trying new foods, new flavors. So I did not have spaghetti, but I did have a lot of gelato.
No, let's get to the gelato part. Did you see any spaghetti ice in Italy?
I did not, but I also didn't see any German restaurant. So there may be one that I just am not aware of, but the gelato shops did not have spaghetti ice. I'm so sorry.
And the reason why I asked, Laura, because the inventor of spaghetti ice is actually from Italy.
Really?
And guess
what?
That
makes sense.
And just give you a little bit of history. Okay. All right. Now my name is Darion, spelled Darion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the inventor of spaghetti ice, his name is Dario, Dario. Ha! Is there a connection or what? Okay.
I think it was just fate.
Right there. Dario Fonatello. His parents immigrated from Italy to Germany in the 60s, in the mid 60s. In 1967, 1968, he was like 17, 18 years old, and he was trying to do things to revamp the ice cream shop. Oh, I wonder if we could make food items out of ice cream. He started out with hamburgers. Okay, and then like spaghetti. Ooh, spaghetti. We'll put it through a potato press, and boom, there it was. But a guy named Darion, you know, I just think it's funny.
That's a heck of a good coincidence, I think.
That is absolutely.
I think I saw my fellow Minnesotan Nick P on here. Hi, Nick.
Is he? Oh, hey, Nick. Welcome aboard. You know, and just to remind everybody, I may not, in fact, I will not get to all the comments today because I do have to leave in a few minutes. Just want to give you a word of warning. But later on this evening, I will go back and read them and address some stuff like that. That's for sure. So, what was your favorite food in I almost said Germany, in Italy?
Wow, that is a tough question. I had a beautiful pasta dish the first day I was there that had some shaved truffles on the top.
Truffle?
Truffles.
Oh, truffles. I was a truffle.
Yes.
What?
Truffle, not like the candy chocolate kind of truffle, the mushroom kind of truffle. And it was amazing. It was really, really good. So the key to if you're eating in Florence is to get off the beaten path and find the restaurants and shops that are on the side streets and not necessarily next to the main attractions, because those are the places that are going to be more local centric and owned by, husband and wife teams. We had a restaurant that was really, really small. It was about a block from our VRBO, and we ate there, I think, 4 times. It's just
Really?
this tiny little place owned by a husband and wife, and she did all the cooking, and it was just fantastic. And it was all kind of home cooked. But yeah, that truffle dish with the pasta was pretty darn good.
Wow, I bet. I can tell by the expression of your face. It must have been really, really good.
The first time I ever had truffles was my first trip to Italy, and I had no idea what to expect. And it wouldn't be everybody's cup of tea, I don't think, but because it's kind of an unusual strong flavor. But first time I tasted it, I was just like, holy cow. It was just life changing.
Nice 5-octave you had there.
It was, yeah, it's amazing. And I'm sure you've run across the same things. You have these things when you travel and you're like, oh my gosh, how have I lived without this my entire life? And it literally just changes the way you think about a lot of things when you travel. So
I see your kitty cat.
this is Rambo, my killer female cat. Yes.
My name is Rambo. Or my name is Rambo.
And it's funny. Her name is just hilarious because she's like the sweetest cat on the entire planet, and she doesn't have a mean bone in her body. So
that's awesome.
She's kind of
Lori's asking a question here. Laura, did you book any group day tours for the Skip the Line museums, or did you go on your own?
Not this trip. The first trip we did a day tour of wine country, of course, because it's Chianti country. And we did a day trip on a bus with a group to Pisa and San Gimignano and Siena. And it was really great for a first experience to go to those places because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's where. But then our second trip, we kind of went to a couple of places on our own. This time I did buy ahead of time tickets to the Accademia Museum, the Uffizi, and Boboli Gardens. I wouldn't have had to in retrospect because it just wasn't that busy. But if you buy tickets ahead of time, you can pick your time slot, and then you don't have to stand in line with the crowds that bought their tickets like at the last minute at the office. So before we left, like our tickets to the Uffizi were 10:30 in the morning. So I got there and I could just walk around the queue to a different line and just hand them my tickets, and we went right in. So right now the crowds aren't big enough that really you would probably need to worry about it, but I wasn't sure what to expect, so I did buy ours ahead of time. And if you're going in high season or high shoulder season, I would get them ahead of time and book your specific times.
That's great information. I appreciate that, and I'm sure Lori does too. Joe's saying here, Laura, have you ever spent time in Stillwater, Minnesota? There's a Kathy Wolfer. Oh, really? There's a Wolfer store there too? I didn't know that.
I have been to Stillwater, but I have never looked for that store. Maybe I should. Maybe one of my German people here, Joe or Darion, you can explain what that store is.
That is she's a very famous person in Germany. She has all kinds of Christmas shops.
Really?
Oh yes, a big one there in Rothenburg, Germany. In fact, there's two, one across the little walkway from each other. They're all over Germany. Even Frankfurt has one. A lot of towns have them, especially the Bavaria area. I believe. You know what? Oberammergau has one as well, right on the corner from the Ice Cafe. But Oberammergau, that's the best spaghetti ice in the world, right there. But anyways, it's a big Christmas store that's open 24 or all year round.
That was less than an hour and a half from me, so maybe I'll have to check that out this summer.
Please take pictures and let me know because I'm curious. We were there this Christmas and everything, and my wife got Christmas stuff. We got ornaments and stuff, and I had a group of 7 with me. I had my family, and then a friend of ours, her daughter, and then my sister-in-law. and they all come out with Christmas stuff. So but and it's very reasonable. It's not like you have to refinance your house to go shopping there. So it's pretty reasonable.
Nice.
So let me see. How long were you there in Italy? You're 8 days, 10 days.
Yeah, it was about 9 days by the time we got there. 8 full days, I would say. So we had a longer than expected trip out there. So it kind of cut into our first day, but it all worked out. So
yeah, absolutely. You got any future plans for Italy?
Not anything concrete. Conversation for another day, but I'm trying to decide between 2 dreams at the moment. And so I'm doing a lot of contemplating right now, but I would like to go at least one more time in the next year or two. And I'm thinking about maybe taking my granddaughter, but we'll see if her parents are okay with that. So
wow, that'd be really, really cool.
I would like to give her kind of a taste of the bigger world while she's younger.
Absolutely. My daughter's dream is to go to Paris. So I'm going to have a father-daughter trip coming up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not maybe this summer, or definitely not this summer. I'll be there twice, but possibly in 23 or 24. And then of course I'm gonna have father-son trips too, and then family trips, and you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But I want to take my daughter to France and let her see her she has her own bathroom, her shower curtain, Eiffel Tower, her bed sheets, Eiffel Tower, all this Paris stuff in her house. She's been to Germany twice and other countries too, but never France yet. But
yeah, my daughter has been to France 3 times.
3 times. Cool.
Fluent French. And originally our plan was to take 2 weeks and spend a week in France and a week in Italy, but then everything kind of blew up. And as travel opened back up again, we were a little worried about crossing countries and what the rules would be and if it was going to be complicated. So we just decided to settle on one country, and we ended up going to Italy. So, but I'd love to see France someday too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I've been to France several times. I usually use it as a stopping ground to see the beaches. I love history and good or bad history. Because everything's history.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken people to the beaches in Normandy and everything, and giving tours to people there. And I mean, it's just really, really, really cool. And you learn so much. And I never say I'm an expert at anything, but I'll do everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like Dachau is very that stuff happened. It's history. But I would recommend everybody.
And it's very dark, but I think people really need to know it too. So
right, because we don't want that stuff repeating at all, and
exactly,
and everything. But anyways, but I love and there's more history than that. There's all kinds of tons of history. Yes, our friend Lauren from Lauren in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
She put a video out in Quedlinburg just yesterday, and some of those buildings were built like in 322.
That's astonishing to think about, isn't it?
That is. Make sure you check out folks out there. Lauren in Germany.
I don't know if it's you or me, but all of a sudden I can't hear you. Everything just froze for me. I don't know if you're still on. All right. So Katie, does that mean that I can just kind of take over the conversation? So Terry, I see your question is still up there about my favorite thing in Venice. Honestly, it's just the amazing artistry everywhere. You have the Murano glass factory on an island right next to it. So all over the city is glass that's made locally, and these people are amazing. And then, of course, you have what Venice is known for, which is the masquerade masks. And some of those will just
Hey, you
take
there?
it.
Oh,
We're
my goodness.
here. Hi.
Sorry
I
about
just kind of took over from you for a bit.
Well, that man,
I don't see you though. I only hear you.
my computer went. Hey, it just stopped. It's restarting.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I got to see what's going on with that. But
Well, that was not good timing, huh?
no, that was not. I was like, where'd it go? I'm on my phone right now, so can you see me well?
Yes, can see you now.
Good deal. And
I just kept blabbing, so no worries.
hey, appreciate you doing that. Where were we? I was trying to figure out this thing.
I don't remember where we left off, honestly. But it's also 11 o'clock now, and I don't want to hold you up because I know you have family stuff that you have to get to as well.
I do. Hey, well, you know what? I want to say this, Laura. It's been an awesome pleasure having you up here. I would love to have you come up here again. To talk about your travels and your future travels. And I
had a great time. Normally, I am very good at talking to people individually, even in crowds, and I can speak in public. But as soon as like a camera or a microphone comes on, I turn into like the world's worst meme. Like my face goes, and so today wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I had a good time. Thank you. Probably helped that I was just a bunch of people that I just kind of know, and it was good.
That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing about it, for sure. Absolutely. And anyways, I'm so glad you're here, and thank you for your time today. Make sure you check out the chats when you get off here. Check out the chats. I'm sure there's a lot more there. Questions to you. And,
yes, I will try to go back and answer some of those. I'm sure I missed them because I wasn't really reading all of it. So
there you go. And I will be definitely checking out as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and cruise. I'm going to ask you to help me out with something. Will you help me out with saying goodbye?
I can try.
Okay. We're going to say doggos and shoes on the count of 3.
Okay.
All right. And again, thanks for being here. And I'm looking forward to having you on here again. I will absolutely love having you on here again. And we'll chat some more for sure.
Perfect.
All right. Here it goes.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Doggos and shoes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob. Laura, do you know who Bob is?
I don't, but I've heard a lot of rumors about him.
I heard too. I'm going to find out that dude. I'm going to figure out who he is, because I'm still trying to figure out who Bob is.
All right.
All right.
We'll
Thanks so much for your time, Laura, and we'll see you around YouTube land.
All right. Sounds great.
All right. Take care.
Yep. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.